Good evening. Can you hear me? Good evening. We're going to call the Tuesday, December 17th, 2024 action meeting to order. Thank you. Appreciate it. We're going to call the meeting to order. We're going to stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. Ms. Macro, roll call.
Mr. Adams.
Here.
Dr. Anderson.
Here.
Ms. Arendt. Here. Mr. Caligiuri.
Here.
Ms. Shedowitz.
Here.
Dr. Richardson.
Here.
Mr. Sokolsky.
Here.
Mrs. Stepnick is not with us this evening. Mr. Strobke.
Here.
And Student Representative Mr. Drew Thacker.
Here.
Thank you. The board met in executive session on December 17th, 2024 to discuss matters of litigation, safety, personnel, and real estate. Recommend approval of the following minutes as listed below.
Motion.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstentions? All right, we'll move on to recognitions. Ms. Macro.
I'd like to call Mr. Drew Carpin, our athletic director, to the podium, please.
As Mr. Carpin slowly makes his way there, I'll just remind everybody that we're excited that you're all with us here this evening. As a courtesy to each of the students being recognized, we just ask that you'll sit tight with us until our recognition part is over. We have two different teams that we're recognizing. And then when we're finished, I promise you, we will pause. So if you would like to depart before the real part of the meeting begins, you are welcome to do that. And you don't have to stay for it, but you are more than welcome to stay for it. But we'll pause for you to be able to go. But just so everybody can be recognized, I appreciate it. And coaches, don't let seniors walk away. Make sure to have them share with us what their plans are, academic or athletic, for the future. Thank you.
Good evening. We are here to recognize the final two fall sports teams for their accomplishment, boys soccer and football. First, starting with soccer, I'd like to introduce Coach Ralph Kolonkowski to talk about the success of the soccer team this year. I'd also like to mention that Coach won the Quad A Coach of the Year and Big 56 Section Coach of the Year this year.
Alrighty then. Well, thank you everybody for letting us come down here today. I look forward to this every year. I think it's great for athletes to get recognized in many ways, and this is one of the ways. So thank you. Thank you to our athletic director. You guys got a good one. He is very good to work with, and he's good at what he does. So congratulate to all the fall teams that played this year. I know the girls won sections. They did a heck of a job. Congratulations to the football players that are here. All the guys that are here are absolute studs. They had a, considering it was a top section, the winner of the section ended up winning Whippeals this year. So they had a top section, but I think next year they're going to pull through. Matt does a great job with the football team, so kudos to him. So this year's soccer team, we were in AAA last year, and because of a few students, we were the second smallest Quad A school. They bumped us up for 2 years. When we started the season, we were ranked 15th out of 18th preseason. Ended up coming out being ranked number 1 at the end of the season. There was a lot of firsts or seconds this year. We had an undefeated season, regular season, second time in school history since 2019. This is the second time we've made the Whippeal championship game since 2005. So, and then this senior class helped us win our 6th section in a row, which is pretty hard to do, at least in soccer. So, kudos to everybody involved. We had 14. So, continuing about the soccer team. Our only 2 losses this year was to a Whippeal champion, 1-0, and to an eventual state champion. So 2 losses in a year. as much as disappointing as it is, I would take these type of years every year. So 2 losses, that's not too shabby. So let's give a hand to all the players. It helped this year. We have a lot of players that make Big 56 first team, second team. We also do a separate voting. There was a lot of all-section players, and we had 2 all-Whippeal players. So overall, it was a great season. When you graduate 14 seniors, that's a lot. So we're going to have to reload for next year, or should I say retool again. We got a great young guys coming up, and a lot of younger players this year that really helped us to get us where we are today. And hopefully those guys can continue, and hopefully we can do the same thing next year. So let's call up first player, Chris Taylor.
Hey.
You got a 10-minute speech.
Hello, I am currently uncommitted, but I probably University of Pittsburgh to study mechanical engineering.
Great.
I believe he is close to 5.0 GPA, right?
Yeah,
So
you're right, yeah.
that's good. That's good. If he only applied himself, he could get to 5.0. Let's bring Kebish Pius.
Hello, I'm Kevish Pius, and I plan to study computer science at the University of Pittsburgh.
Let's go Brady McLaughlin.
Oh, my name is Brandon McLaughlin, and I plan to study business at West Virginia University.
Nico Leskovich.
Hi, my name is Nico Leskovic. I plan to study engineering.
Next player, Big 56, second team, Zach Carnahan.
Hi, my name is Zach Carnahan, and I'm currently undecided, but I plan to play soccer in college.
And study too. Mason Eber, Big 56, second team.
Hi, I'm Mason Eber, and I plan to study civil engineering.
And I believe he's our second student that is very close to a 5.0 also. And he's the class president? Bryce Bobich. He's running late. Let's go with Gage Adinolfi. He was all section and all Whippeal and first team Big 56.
My name is Gage Adinolfi, and I plan to study mechanical engineering at Barron and continue to play soccer.
Noah Smith, Big 56, second team.
Hi, I'm Noah Smith. I'm uncommitted. I plan to play soccer in college and study finance.
Feji Fortil, all section and first team Big 56.
Hi, I'm Feji Feto, and I plan on pursuing a business major.
All right, We have 4 seniors that could make it. Garrett Chandler was all conference, all WIPIAL, Big 56 first team, and player of the year for Big 56. We have Elijah Jefferson, Elijah Washak, and Liam Young that could not be here. Let's go with one of our sophomores, Andy Strasser, honorable mention and first team Big 56. Where are you going to go next year? Go ahead.
I'll go into my junior year at Plum High School.
Kent Holmes, I believe he's not here because he has a basketball game. And I am correct. He's one of our sophomores also. Chase Eber, Big 56 second team. Brady and Chase are the reason why we made it as far as we did, because they were the 2 goalies that we used all year. So let's give them a hand. Parker Blatt. Our second leading goal scorer, Christian Alter. Austin Konkowski, all section and Big 56 first team. Marco Tomasino, all section and Big 56 second team. That's about it, but I just want to say how proud I am of this team. Again, nobody gave us a shot this year. Talking to the other coaches, we were just a little triple A team coming in, and people thought we played in the soft section last year. So coming in this year, being able to do what these guys did is truly remarkable. So let's give them a hand. Here's Drew.
Gentlemen, soccer guys, if you could do me a favor, and there are so many of you, but make it happen. That Plum Mustangs backdrop, if we can have you guys in front of it so that we can take a picture of it, picture of you all, that would be awesome. Parents, you can go over to take a picture as well if you'd like.
Good? All right, next I'd like to bring up head football coach Matt Morgan to talk about the football team and recognize them from this year.
I picked this thing up. Can I pick it up? I was watching Raph bend over. I'm not bending over that far. I'd like to congratulate the soccer team. It's amazing how many guys they had up there, and Raph does a heck of a job. So does Jamie with the girls, and I'd like to thank the board and the administration for having us here tonight. Like, I'll reiterate what Raph said. We got one of the good ones. I lived through too many in 12 years here, and Drew's a really, really good AD, and I'm very appreciative of him every single day I get to work with him. I'll get this thing moving along here. I'm going to call up our sophomore, Tyler Bellino. He was a corner for us. Had a heck of a season for us. Second team all conference. Big things in the future for Tyler. Next, I expect a lot of stuff out of this kid. He really came on the scene big time this year. Sloan Humphreys, he was a second team all conference receiver. Real big future for him. He's going to be special. Next, this is a guy who kind of goes unnoticed because he plays a position where it's real physical. He's getting double teamed every single play. Takes on the double teams, sheds them off. He's been our stone in the middle of the defense for 2 years now. It's the second time he got this, but second team all conference, Evan Corrigan. Stand over here, bud. Next, he was a second team all conference, both sides of the ball. This is a kid that really developed over the last few years. Had an unbelievable senior year. He's going to speak on behalf of himself as a senior. Dorian Anderson, second team all conference guard.
Oh man, Dorian Anderson, currently uncommitted, pursuing in psychology.
Next, this is our running back, Nicholas Odom. He was his first team all-conference. They call it at-large, but it's for running back. Nick has been real special for us the last few years. Leading rusher last 2 seasons. Was a first team all-conference running back last year, and congratulations, Nicholas Odom. Oh, you get to talk.
Yeah. Nick Odom. First, I just wanted to thank the board for hosting us here every single year. It's truly an honor to be recognized by such a big support system, but currently I am uncommitted. I'm still narrowing down my decision scholarship money-wise, but I'm currently, my decision is to study like zoo science and animal behavior at whatever school offers me. So.
Next first team all-conference guy we got is our starting center, Frank Grizolis. He's also the heavyweight wrestler, and I expect big things out of Frank too next year. We're missing 2 first team all-conference guys. Darian Nelson, is he still out of the country? Yeah, he's out of the country right now. He is a 3rd-time first team all-conference player for us. Excellent football player. We'll miss him dearly. He is committed to St. Francis University, and Darian Slaughter is on the basketball team right now too. He's a first team all-conference defensive end, committed to St. Francis as well. Thank you guys, and we're going to take our picture.
Parents, you're free to go take a picture as well, and then we will pause and give you guys an opportunity to dismiss if you'd like to.
Thank you.
I want the low taper fade. All right, Ms. Macro, if we're ready to move to citizens' comments? Yep, thank you.
If anybody in the audience would like to make a comment at this time, we ask that you step to the podium, state your name, your residency with Plum, and we will provide you with 3 minutes to speak to the board. This is the time to share your comments, concerns, suggestions with the board rather than it being a question and answer session with the board. Please direct all of your comments to the presiding officer, and then I will provide you with a 30-second warning when your time is coming to a close. Is there anybody that would like to speak at this time? Dr. Anderson?
Thank you. We'll move on to reports then. First, the president's report. First and foremost, another congratulations to our soccer and football athletes. Wonderful to see them here. Tonight, just as an update, we will be passing several key items. First, we will be sending Dr. Zarmak and Dr. Boyers to participate in the AI Fellowship Program. This experience will keep Plum on the cutting edge of best practices in AI and education, and we're thankful to both of them for their willingness to participate in this fellowship. Second, the board maintains a continued commitment to fiscal responsibility and discipline in all areas. This month began our 2025 budget planning process. The first order of business relates to the Act 1 Index. The Act 1 Index is set by the Department of Education to comply with the Act 1 of 2006. It determines the maximum tax increase for each school district without seeking further exceptions or voter approval. This year it is set for Plum at 5.3%. Tonight we will pass the resolution to opt out of exceeding the Act 1 Index as we consider any need to increase taxes. We are thankful for the work that Mr. Manzer does to keep us in a position to thoughtfully consider minimal tax increases when necessary so that we do not have to exercise the Act 1 expedited process. So thank you for that. Third, we will approve a purchase order to continue to move forward in due diligence on the electric buses opportunity. This purchase order allows further research and investigation to occur on which specific buses to purchase. This does not commit the district to purchase buses. We still have the opportunity to cancel this order into the next year. The district continues to pursue the most fiscally responsible and safe options for transporting our students. In relation to this, we are also accepting nearly $750,000 in additional grants to support the electric bus initiative. This brings our total and alternative revenue to well over $7 million. Recognize that that's roughly 10% of our annual budget. Do recognize a figure that impactful requires extensive due diligence, investigation, and consideration, which is exactly what our administrative team is doing. Kudos to Mr. Hartman and the entire administration on the work that they continue to do to bring in alternative revenue to the district. Fourth, we will pass the design development phase services for O-Block Elementary. Keep in mind that work on Plum Middle will begin first, but because of the addition to be added onto O-Block Elementary, the O-Block design phase will take longer to complete, so we need to approve it first. In relation to this, we will also be accepting $500,000 in alternative revenue in the form of a grant to assist with roof repairs. This will help offset building construction costs as well. In December, several annual updates are made, and these include the board renewing services provided by the newspaper of record and our solicitor, and approving the board calendar for the 2025 school year. We also the board leadership has determined board committees and lead board liaisons for 2025. Just to note, we will be keeping the same committees and adding one additional committee entitled Projects and Planning. Dr. Richardson and Mr. Adams have graciously agreed to co-chair this committee. The Projects and Planning Committee will support our building projects and transportation improvement project. These are projects that exist outside of the normal district operations. It will be under Dr. Walsh and board leadership's discretion to choose whether items apply to this committee or other pertinent committees. Minimal lead board liaison adjustments have been made as well. Ms. Chudderwitz has graciously agreed to serve as the lead board liaison for Forbes Road. Thank you for being willing to do that. Ms. Arendt, we appreciate the service that you have given to Forbes this year and ask that you share all your knowledge and wisdom with Ms. Chudderwitz. Also, Ms. Arendt will serve on intergovernmental in place of Mr. Caligiuri. And lastly, I want to wish everyone a very Merry Christmas on behalf of the board. It is my hope and prayer that our students and staff have the opportunity to spend uninterrupted time with their families and friends to truly enjoy the spirit of the season. Dr. Walsh.
Thank you, Dr. Anderson. I'd like to start where you ended in wishing everybody a Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, and a blessed New Year. I'd also like to express my gratitude to all of our faculty, staff, and administration and board members for all the work that you do in order to keep teaching and learning at the front and center of the Plum Borough School District. Plum is a wonderful community to live and to raise children. It's also a very generous community. And let me give you a couple examples of this. As many of you are aware, the Make-A-Wish telethon will kick off on Friday, December 20th at 6:45. I saw Mr. Barat walking by earlier, and I don't know how much I can thank him that the central admin team kicks it off at 6:45 to 7:15 every year. But it's really something I look forward to. You know, over the last few months, our students have been playing rock, paper, scissors, Grinching doors, stockpiling snowballs. With each of these fun activities, students have been connecting with one another, enriching beyond themselves to give an incredible experience to a child battling very serious issues and illness. This generosity can be seen in our students in our schools today and across generations of Mustangs. For 24 years, Plum students have been bringing their creativity and kindness to serve the children with critical illness. Second, Toys for Tots. It was a record year. Our student body brought in 2,512 toys. I'd like to thank Colonel Nozak, our student government, and Master Sergeant Butler for their leadership. It's just tremendous, the generosity of this community. And as this board is aware, and Dr. Anderson shared, we've been very aggressive in seeking alternative revenues to offset costs to our taxpayers and maintain programming that support our students. Recently, the district received notification that we were awarded 2 grants. The first grant was from the Allegheny County Health Department for Clean Air Program, and we received $423,000. That was 2 weeks ago. Last week, we received another grant of $300,000 in funding through the Alternative Fuels Incentive Grant Program. That totals $723,000 in the last couple weeks. In total, between grants and potential tax credits, it comes to $7,211,500. And as I said, this is being fiscally responsible to our taxpayers and maintaining supports and services for our students. And we will continue to be aggressive in bringing in alternative revenues for this board to give consideration to. That's all I have this evening, Dr. Anderson.
Thank you. Mr. Thakar, our student representative's report.
It seems like some of the items I want to talk about were purged, but that's okay. Yeah, maybe we will. But as always, I want to start off this meeting with a quick update on all the fundraising that has been going around on the school district. As Dr. Walsh said, months of hard work from every school in the district has culminated in a net total of so many dollars, and I can't say until you guys watch the telethon. So if you guys want to see me get my hair cut and get pied on the telethon, watch it this Friday. Obviously, as he said, 6:45, so be there or be square. Obviously, the Toys for Tots event was amazing. There was exquisite hot chocolate, I heard, and tasted. So thank you to everyone who donated, everyone who showed up, and just everyone in general. Our community is amazing, and it's great to be a part of this. I know it felt like just yesterday that we were talking about how fall sports are coming to a close, but winter sports are already now in full swing. There's a lot of winter sports, so I decided to go over some of the records that we have. Boys basketball is 1-0 in their section right now. Girls basketball is 1-1. Boys wrestling is off to a rough start at 0-1, but Owen Campbell has already won the Chartiers Houston tournament. Girls wrestling is also 0-1, but they still have a long season ahead of them. Boys and girls swimming are both doing amazing with respective records of 2-1 and 3-0. Same with boys and girls bowling with the same records at 2-1 and 3-0. And finally, hockey is at 7-6 right now, so they're going to be having a close season if you guys care to show up. On the topic of attending community and school events, over the past few weeks there have been a lot of concerts, and there's still more coming up. So if you guys can, please come to the chorus concert tomorrow at the high school, as well as the orchestra concert that is going to be on Thursday, right before the telethon. And I want to keep it short so that I could wish everyone a happy holiday. Whether you celebrate Christmas, Hanukkah, or any other holiday, or none at all, make sure that you spend time with your family this Christmas season and this holiday season, because you never know when you might not be able to. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Thakkar. All right, moving on to academic achievement and activities, myself as lead board liaison. Recommend approval to accept and resolve the following 1 to 2 as listed. On behalf of the board, I'll make that recommendation.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstentions? Okay, I don't have a further report tonight, except to note, if you see under letter B, number 1, just think really cool, for lack of a better word, that Ms. Badali, in her passing, that Plum Creek Cemetery, or Plum Creek Church, gave $1,300 donation to our Plum Food Services to cover lunch costs. I just think that speaks highly of whom, I don't know her personally, but I think of who she was and what she meant. So, okay, moving on. Community engagement, inclusion, and outreach, Dr. Richardson, lead board liaison. Recommend approval to accept and resolve the 2-year In Community in Plum magazine agreement.
On behalf of the board, I'll make that recommendation.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstentions? Do you have a report for tonight?
Just briefly, I want to wish the board and the community a happy holiday season. As was mentioned, we have a lot of exciting events that we've been able to both lead and partner in our community. We talked about all of them already, but just a reminder that we do have career fair coming up, that we do partner with the Plum Chamber of Commerce, which is in January, and it includes a lot of members of the community coming in, talking to the students about what they want to do in life, because that is something that we have to think about sooner than later. So excited about that and about what the students learn. I know when I chose my career path, it was someone talking to me and saying, this is what a good idea for you to do. So I think this is really impactful for the students and for the community. So thank you.
Wonderful, thank you. Finance, Mr. Stropke, lead board liaison. Recommend approval to accept and resolve the following 1 to 3 as listed.
On behalf of the board, I'll make that recommendation. Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstentions? Do you have a report for tonight?
Just briefly.
Yep.
Tonight we passed the Act 1 opt-out resolution stating that the Plum Borough School District will not raise taxes for the 25-26 school year above the index of 5.3% set by the State Department of Education. As a board, along with administration, we continue to act fiscally responsible in handling the funds of our district. In the coming months, there will be future budget workshops with much more discussion as we continue to review the projected revenues and expenses for the 25-26 school year. Also, in the coming months, there will be detailed plans and financial reporting as we move forward with the building projects for O Block Elementary School and the middle school. The administration, along with the board, will continue to be transparent as to how these funds are being spent during the construction phases. There'll be details monthly for review, so if there's any questions, they can be answered. And then finally, again, just want to wish the administration, the staff, the students, the community, and my fellow board members a Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays to all. Thank you.
Thank you. Forbes Road CTC, Ms. Ahrens, Lead Board Liaison. Do you have a report?
Yes, I do. First, I want to extend a warm welcome to Ms. Chowderwitz as the new Lead Board Liaison for Forbes. I'm sure she'll do a great job. It has been such a great honor to serve on the board at Forbes for the past year. I'm truly impressed with the way that Forbes Road exceeds expectations and operates at such a high level. I've had the opportunity to meet former students and their parents who shared incredible stories about the way that Forbes Road shaped their future and changed the trajectory of their life. Thank you.
Thank you. Intergovernmental, Mr. Stropke and Mr. Caligiuri, do you have anything to report? We didn't meet, so, okay, thank you. Legislative, Mrs. Stepnick, Lead Board Liaison, do you have anything to report?
I do not, other than first, happy holidays to everybody, and I hope everyone gets so much deserved rest and family time, and a lot of celebration in the mix. And I will be doing my annual invitations to our legislators starting in January after they take their sworn back into their seats.
Thank you. Next up, Operations, Mr. Adams, Lead Board Liaison. Recommend approval to accept and resolve the following 1 to 5 as listed.
On behalf of the board, I'll make that recommendation.
All those in favor? Oh, I'm sorry, I need a second. Thanks. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstentions? Do you have a report for tonight?
No formal report, just continue to just commend the leadership for making school safety and security a focal point. The measures don't go unnoticed, and especially as we see the news, we know how important it is. So just hats off to all the work that's done there, and then Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays to all the folks in Plum here. So enjoy your families. Thank you.
Thank you. Personnel, Mr. Caligiuri, Lead Board Liaison. Recommend approval to accept and resolve the following 1 to 6 as listed.
On behalf of the board, I'll make that recommendation.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? And any abstentions? I need to abstain to number 3. And I think just number 3 in relation to my husband. Yeah, the coaches list. Any other abstentions? Okay. Anything to report tonight, Mr. Caligiuri?
Not a very specific report, but special thanks to you, Dr. Anderson, and Mr. Stropke for granting me the opportunity to be a liaison for the Personnel Committee. It's something I value, so thank you. A special thanks to our faculty and staff and the happiest of holidays. I hope that they get to spend as much time as possible with their family and friends. Our students are achieving at a very high level, and we're very grateful for what they're doing on a day in and day out basis. And a lot of us don't see the challenges that they face. So I hope they have the happiest of holidays, the best New Year. And also the soccer players are not allowed around my daughter. Really tall and handsome, so that's no good. But yeah, and congratulations to those players tonight that we recognized. They did a heck of a job, and the coaches, the staff, and obviously our athletic director has been a wonderful asset to us. And welcome to Mr. Thomas, who I'm going to be working with really closely, I guess. So I'm really looking forward to it. He's already hit the ground running, and he's already shown his value to our school district. So I'm glad that we're able to recruit and retain such talent like that. So that's it.
Thank you, Mr. Caligiuri. Next, Policy, Ms. Ahrens, Lead Board Liaison. Recommend approval to accept and resolve items 1 to 4 per Policy 005 Organization as listed.
On behalf of the board, I'll make that recommendation.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstentions? Do you have a report for this evening?
No, thank you.
Okay. Next up, Student Services, Mrs. Stepnick, Lead Board Liaison. Recommend approval to accept and resolve the following 1 to 3 Student Services Agreement for the 24-25 school year as listed.
On behalf of the board, I'll make that recommendation.
Second.
All those in favor? All those opposed? Any abstentions? Ms. Stepnick, do you have a report for this evening?
No, just that now that Dr. Thomas is actually on board, and the Speak Web will be hopefully picking up where we left off with Ms. Luck and getting our committee back on task. So I'm looking forward to that in the new year.
Wonderful, thank you. And with that, upcoming public meetings, discussion meeting Tuesday, January 14th, 7 o'clock in the library, and action meeting Tuesday, January 28th, 7 o'clock in the library. Everybody have a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Can I have a motion to adjourn?
I'll make that motion.
All those in favor? Any opposed? All right, we're good.